Hello everyone, Father Peter Lawrence here with our short sermon series, and today we've got a great question I've heard a couple of different times come up. The question is, why can't I just go to Mass sometime during the week, to a weekday Mass, and go to a Sunday Mass, right? Why can't I just go to a shorter half-hour Mass and not have to sit through the hour-long Mass on Sunday, right? Really basic explanation, the basic teaching there, we could probably go into it further than we need to, but really the basic answer is because Jesus rose on Sunday, right? So we are in the midst of the Easter season right now. We just got out of Lent and into Easter, and so we celebrate Jesus' victory over sin and death, and Jesus rose on the first day of the week, so Sunday. So that became the church's new focal point for worship, is the day Jesus rose from the dead, and that's why the church has made Sunday and then other holy days of obligation the days when we gather together as a Christian community to celebrate, worship together, and receive Jesus in the Eucharist. It's obviously very good, and I always encourage people to go to Mass during the weekdays, go to a weekday Mass if you're able to, even if maybe it's just an extra Mass or two during the week. But because those days don't have that place of primacy like Sunday is, where we celebrate Jesus's all of it, right? All of his Paschal mystery, his passion, death, and resurrection at Sunday Mass, because we do that at every Mass, but in a particular way we celebrate that on Sunday. And so that is why Sunday has a pride of place that the other days of the week, although again, it's very good, and I would say even important to go to Mass as often as we can, but that's why those days are not days of obligation, whereas Sunday Mass is. And so even though Mass is the same, right? It's the same sacrifice of Jesus at every single Mass. The reason why we go on Sundays is because that's the day that Jesus rose from the dead, and so that's the day that the church has set aside when we're all together as a community. And so that's why I can't go to Mass during the week and have that count for Sunday. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that makes sense. And if you have any other questions you'd like us to get to, please click the link in the description, and we'd love to answer those for you. And please join us next time for when we're going to get into some scripture questions. So actually, with the Bishop's Year of the Bible, and as well as Father Mike Schmitz is doing a podcast, there seems to be a big push in the church of really having us focus more on scripture. And so we're going to get into some scripture questions starting our next episode. And so we just really would encourage you, if you have any questions particularly on the Bible or the scriptures that you'd like answered, any confusing passages that don't seem to make sense, or on the Bible itself and what we as Catholics believe about it, please feel free to make a point of asking those questions as well. And next episode, I should say, we are going to be discussing a passage from Luke that seems to be a little bit controversial. So it's in chapter 12, where Jesus says, "Do you think I have come to establish peace on the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division." And he goes on to speak about how a household is going to be divided 2 against 3 and 3 against 2, fathers against their sons, and mothers against their daughter-in-laws against mother-in-laws, and all of that fun stuff. So we're going to say Jesus is the Prince of Peace, right? What's he talking about here? So we'll get into that next episode. Thanks so much, and God bless.